because competition has become fierce in the country, and it's foreign car makers that are losing.
In the world of electric vehicles, EVs, Tesla is the brand everyone knows. It's the one that most people think of first when they hear electric car. But something big is happening in China that could completely change this. China has been working on a new engine for its electric cars, and experts are saying it might be better than anything Tesla has right now. So, what's so special about this new engine? Let's find out in this video. China's electric vehicle EV market has grown at a speed no one could have predicted. It wasn't that long ago that electric cars were just a small part of the market, but now China is leading the world in both making and buying EVs. In 2022, China sold a staggering 6.8 million EVs, making it the biggest EV market in the world for the 8th year in a row. In comparison, the United States only managed to sell around 800,000 EVs in the same year. It's clear that China has a huge lead, but how did they get there so fast? A big part of this success comes from strong support from the Chinese government. Unlike many other countries, China's government got involved early and decided to invest heavily in the EV sector. They wanted to become a leader in this new technology, so they made it a top priority. This approach has helped Chinese companies grow faster and develop new technologies, including the latest engine that could challenge Tesla. In 2009, the Chinese government started giving out financial subsidies to EV companies. These subsidies helped cover the cost of making electric cars, making it easier for companies to experiment with new designs and technology. The government also offered tax breaks to people who bought electric cars, making them cheaper and more attractive to consumers. This was a smart move because it helped create demand for EVs right from the start. Another way the government helped was by giving out procurement contracts. In the early days, when not many people were buying electric cars, the government bought a lot of them for public transportation. For example, they purchased electric buses and taxis, providing a steady stream of income for EV companies. This not only helped the companies stay in business, but also gave them a chance to test their vehicles on the road and gather important data to make improvements. The Chinese government also made it easier for people to choose electric cars by changing the rules for getting a license plate. In big cities like Beijing, getting a license plate for a gas car can take years and cost a lot of money. But if you buy an electric car, the process is much faster and cheaper. This policy has made a big difference in encouraging people to switch to electric vehicles. Another reason for China's dominance is the wide range of EV brands they have. There are many popular Chinese companies like BYD, NIO, Xpeng, and Geely that are competing hard to make the best electric cars. How Chinese EV giant BYD is taking on Tesla.
BYD is so much ahead of Tesla in China, it's almost ridiculous.
These companies are not just copying what others are doing. They're coming up with new ideas and technologies that are pushing the industry forward. China's new electric vehicle engine is making waves in the auto industry, and for good reason. This new technology could be the key to taking down Tesla's top spot. The new engine is not just a small upgrade, it's a complete game changer. It's designed to be more efficient, powerful, and cost-effective than what we currently see in most electric cars. But what exactly makes this engine so special? Let's start with efficiency. One of the biggest issues with electric cars today is range anxiety, which is when people worry that their car's battery will run out of power before they can get to a charging station. The new Chinese engine is built to fix that problem. It uses advanced technology to make sure the car uses less energy, allowing it to travel longer distances on a single charge. This is a huge deal for people who want to take longer trips in their electric cars without worrying about running out of battery. Another big feature of this new engine is its power. Most electric engines today are powerful, but they can still struggle when it comes to things like accelerating quickly or driving up steep hills. The Chinese engineers have focused on making this new engine strong and reliable, so it can handle these challenges easily. This could make Chinese EVs more appealing to people who want a car that feels sporty and fast. Lastly, this new engine is designed to be cheaper to produce. The materials used and the way the engine is made help bring down the overall cost. This means that the cars using this engine could be sold at a lower price, making them more affordable for a lot of people. Lower prices could make a huge difference in convincing people to switch from gas cars to electric ones. Batteries are the heart of every electric vehicle, EV, and China's rise to the top of the EV market wouldn't have happened without major advancements in battery technology. The most expensive part of an EV is its battery, making up about 40% of the total cost of the vehicle. So, if you want to make a better, cheaper electric car, the battery is the first place to look for improvements. In the beginning, most EV makers used lithium nickel manganese cobalt, NMC batteries, because they offered high energy density, meaning they could store a lot of power. However, these batteries are expensive and can be dangerous if they overheat. While many Western companies stuck with NMC batteries, Chinese companies decided to take a different route. They focused on lithium iron phosphate, LFP batteries instead.
That's another reason China having years of leadership in this space is so critical, because they have the know-how, they're able to adjust to new technologies.
At first, LFP batteries weren't very popular. They had lower energy density, which meant the car couldn't go as far on a single charge. But Chinese companies like KTL, Contemporary Amperex Technology Company Limited, believed they could make LFP batteries better. They spent years researching and improving the technology, and it paid off. Today, LFP batteries are safer, cheaper, and have a longer lifespan than NMC batteries. They can handle more charge cycles, which means the battery lasts longer before it needs to be replaced. Another big advantage is cost. LFP batteries don't use cobalt or nickel, which are expensive and hard to source. This makes them cheaper to produce, which lowers the overall cost of the car. Now, many EV makers, including Tesla, are starting to use LFP batteries in their cars because they've realized the benefits. When Tesla first entered the Chinese market, many people thought it would just be another foreign company trying to sell cars in China. But what actually happened was much bigger. Tesla not only sold a lot of cars, but it also pushed Chinese companies to innovate and create better products to compete. Tesla set up its Gigafactory in Shanghai in 2019, and it was built faster than anyone expected. The local government helped speed things up by providing land, cutting red tape, and offering financial incentives. This was a smart move by China because it brought new technology and production skills into the country. In fact, Tesla's Shanghai factory is now the most productive one they have, making more than half of all Tesla cars sold globally in 2022. But the influence of Tesla in China goes beyond just building cars. There's something called the catfish effect, which is when a new competitor enters the market and forces everyone else to get better. Tesla was like that catfish for the Chinese EV market. Local brands like BYD, NIO, and XPeng had to step up their game to compete with Tesla's high-performance cars. They started improving their own technologies, making their vehicles faster, more reliable, and more affordable. Another interesting thing is that Tesla made many of its patents open to the public. This means that other companies, including Chinese ones, could use Tesla's ideas to develop their own products. While some people thought this was a risky move, it actually helped the entire industry grow. Chinese companies took these open-source technologies and built on them, making even better versions for their own cars. Recently, Xiaomi have jumped into the electric vehicle, EV, industry with a bang. In 2024, Xiaomi launched its first electric car, the SU7, and it's already causing a lot of buzz. The company invested over 10 billion yuan, about $1.57 billion, into its EV project and hired around 3,400 engineers to make sure it could compete with the best, including Tesla. So, why is Xiaomi getting into the EV game, and what does this mean for the industry? First off, Xiaomi's entry into the EV market shows just how big the industry has become. It's no longer just about traditional car companies making electric vehicles. Now tech giants like Xiaomi, Huawei, and Baidu are all joining in. This is because EVs are becoming more like smart devices, filled with features that require software, apps, and advanced technology. Companies like Xiaomi, which already have experience in tech and gadgets, see this as a great opportunity to expand their business. The Xiaomi SU7 is designed to compete directly with popular models like Tesla's Model 3. It has a sleek design, high-tech features, and most importantly, a lower price tag. Xiaomi knows that price is a big factor for many buyers, especially in a market like China, where there are so many options. The SU7 was a huge hit right from the start, getting nearly 90,000 orders within just 24 hours of its launch. This kind of demand shows that people are excited to see what Xiaomi can do in the car industry. One of the biggest reasons why China has become a leader in electric vehicles, EVs, is its strong and efficient supply chain. A supply chain is basically all the steps and companies involved in making a product, from getting the raw materials to building the final car. In the case of EVs, the supply chain is especially important because it involves a lot of complex parts like batteries, motors, and electronic components. A big part of this advantage comes from the fact that China controls many of the key materials needed for EV batteries, like lithium, cobalt, and graphite. While China doesn't have the largest reserves of these materials, it has invested heavily in refining and processing them. This means that even if the raw materials come from places like Australia or Chile, they often have to go to China to be turned into the parts needed for batteries. China's supply chain is also geographically concentrated in two main regions, the Yangtze River Delta and the Pearl River Delta. These areas are home to a huge number of suppliers, manufacturers, and tech companies, all located close to each other. This makes it easier and faster to transport parts between factories, which reduces costs and speeds up production. For example, if a car company needs a specific part, they can get it quickly because the supplier is likely just a short drive away. While China's new electric vehicle, EV engine, is getting a lot of attention for its advanced technology, it's also facing some big challenges, especially when it comes to politics and international relations. So, what are the main geopolitical challenges that China's new engine might face? One of the biggest problems is the ongoing trade tensions between China and countries like the United States. The US has put restrictions on Chinese technology products before, and there's a chance they might do the same with electric cars. If the US decides to ban the export of these chips to China, it could slow down the development and production of the new engine. Another challenge is the concern about data privacy and security. Many of the new Chinese EVs, including those with this advanced engine, come with smart features that collect a lot of data about the car and the driver. In some countries, especially in Europe and the US, there are strict laws about how this data can be used. There's a fear that if Chinese cars collect too much data, it could be a risk to national security. This might lead to stricter rules or even bans on Chinese EVs in certain countries. There's also the issue of market access. While China has opened its doors to foreign car companies like Tesla, other countries are not always as welcoming to Chinese brands. The European Union has already started an investigation into whether Chinese companies are getting unfair help from their government, like subsidies that make their cars cheaper. If they find that this is true, they might put tariffs on Chinese cars, making it harder for them to compete in Europe. Overall, the market reception for the new engine has been great. Consumers are impressed by the combination of better performance, longer range, and lower cost. If this positive response continues, it could help Chinese EV makers gain a strong foothold in both domestic and international markets. So what do you think? Could this new Chinese engine really disrupt Tesla and shake up the entire EV market? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.